news. Today's news.
Last weekend, she wins back before the first GOP primary.
All eyes are on New Hampshire.
More snow. This storm has continued to trend upward. Shrimpers shrinking profits.
People are dropping like flies out of this business.
Good morning. I'm Steve Cason with the CBS World News Roundup. It's boiled down to a two-person battle in the first Republican presidential primary of the 2024 campaign. CBS's Caitlin Huey-Burns reports attacks are ramping up in the final days.
She's not going to make it. She has no chance. She's got no way.
If he thinks I have no chance and I have no hope, then why is he running millions of dollars in ads against me? In New Hampshire, it's former President Donald Trump versus his former UN ambassador, Nikki Haley. He knows he's not able to defend his record. He's not able to talk about why he wasn't tough enough on China. Haley's aiming to appeal to independent voters in New Hampshire, like John Hartnett. She really needs to go after President Trump more. The former South Carolina governor has picked up the pace on the campaign trail. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has all but ceded New Hampshire. But even with a narrowed race here, Haley has an uphill climb.
Volunteers are being called for to help dig out Highmark Stadium, where the Buffalo Bills will play an NFL playoff game Sunday night. That region has been hit with several feet of snow. Jordan Steele of the Weather Channel watching a news system.
I'd say anywhere from between 1 to as much as 5 inches on average from the I-90 corridor, Cleveland to Erie, Pennsylvania, also northern Indiana. Lake enhancement is going to be the big reason that we can see maybe a foot to 2 feet in those spots. And if you don't have the snow, you've got the cold. Single digit feels like temps all the way into the south.
The wind chill makes it feel like 17 degrees this morning in Memphis. Gerald Kiner has opened an emergency shelter there.
No, I'm cold right now. Basically, when I step outside for a few minutes to go to my car. So imagine people who have no place to go.
The bitter cold will last right through the weekend, and after days of dangerous ice, western Oregon will see temperatures rise above 40. We've heard from the Georgia District Attorney, who's at the center of former President Trump's election interference case in that state. As CBS's Nicole Killian reports, she's been under fire amid accusations of being in a romantic relationship with a prosecutor she hired.
District Attorney Bonnie Willis broke her silence this week, accusing critics of racism amid accusations that she had an improper relationship with Nathan Wade, a special prosecutor she hired to lead the 2020 election interference investigation into former President Trump. If you said someone that would be a black man is qualified, no matter his achievement. The allegations were made in a filing this month by co-defendant Michael Roman. His attorney wants the charges dismissed and suggests, without citing evidence, that Willis not only had a romantic relationship with Wade, but financially benefited from it.
February 28th is the date that's been set for Hunter Biden to testify behind closed doors to 2 House panels that are holding an impeachment inquiry into his father. The president's son had been insisting he only cooperate in an open forum. Congress has sent a short-term spending bill to President Biden to avoid a government shutdown. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer.
Because both sides have worked together, the government will stay open. We will avoid a needless disaster.
Far-right members of the House opposed the deal, which extends into March. Overseas, the U.S. military says Houthi rebels in Yemen tried and failed to hit an American-owned ship in the Red Sea. It came hours after U.S. forces hit their positions for a 5th time. Correspondent Charlie Daggett visited one of the Navy ships patrolling the region.
For the troops of the 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit out of Camp Lejeune, the USS Baton has been home for more than 6 months and counting. Jets take off into the pitch dark overnight, a show of force, part readiness exercise to keep pilots and crews sharp. More than 6 months, getting a bit homesick?
I am going out, with friends and spend time with family.
They're in it for the long haul, even if nobody's quite sure how long that haul will be.
4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 55 degrees in Oakland, California.